Hey,
Hey,
welcome back to React University. I'm Corey,
and I'm Dana.
and today we're back with another episode of Attack on Titan.
That's right. We're reacting to season 4, episode 71, aka episode 12, Guides.
Don't forget, become a member of our Patreon. You'll be able to see the full reaction to this episode. Really appreciate it. Really helps the channel, keeps us motivated, really helps us provide more content, more quality content to you, as you deserve. We really appreciate it. Thanks for becoming a member of our Patreon.
Yeah, and as always, don't forget to like, share, comment on this video, and subscribe to our channel right here on YouTube, and hit the notification bell so you always know when we are releasing a new episode.
And with that, let's do this. Class is in session, all that jazz. Let's do it.
Forgot all about Annie.
Hey! Sorry, sir. You could talk to her all day long, but you're not allowed to touch.
What? No, it's not
Oh!
what you think, Hitch. I heard that memories could be transferred.
Armin and Hitch.
I wasn't trying to do anything inappropriate.
I don't remember who Hitch is.
You remember
Give it a try to see if I could discover
Hitch
anything.
and another guy who died in that battle? They were guards in the inner city, and she had a bad attitude.
Oh,
And Annie was a guard there too.
did she change her hair
She's
color?
dead.
No, it was always blonde.
No, okay.
This is kind of annoying, though. How is she this popular when all she does is sleep?
Yeah, so I mean, through the interactions with the scouts and everything that would happened, they ended up joining the scouts. Do you remember that?
Right. She ended up deciding to join.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been keeping up with the news these past few days?
No,
Well, she's still a
Oh,
unicorn.
no. Okay.
the military continues to cling to power through the wrongful detainment of Eren Yeager.
Mm-hmm.
People are really starting to distrust the military.
I'm not sure what the brass thought would happen when they stopped giving the public any answers.
Yep.
Mm.
In their defense, it's not like we can go public about Zeke and the rumbling right now.
It's so interesting because, like, after years of being in the dark and then finally getting some truth, like, I can see why the people would be distrusting.
Right.
Apparently, there are protests like this outside every local military base. Armin!
Mikasa! I'm glad to see you made it in.
Yeah, we need to make use of this time while we have it. Those are the new scout recruits. What are those kids doing here at HQ?
Okay, yes. I did meet with Eren that day.
Oh,
I apologize for hiding that fact until now.
how very kind of you to own up to it.
So kind.
But you don't know what the world is like. It seemed to me that you would keep waiting to make a decision until it was too late.
Mm.
And it was clear that Eren had similar concerns.
So that's when you told Eren to attack Marley alone, so as to coerce the military into taking action.
I wasn't quite that seditious.
Why take the risk of meeting Eren in secret without attempting to lay out some kind of concrete plan?
It was in secret because as a former soldier of Marley, I realized that I was in no position to request even a public meeting.
Mm.
You understood that you were gambling with our trust, but the risk turned out to be well worth it, because it let you manipulate Eren into following Zeke's plan.
What would be the point in manipulating him? I only wanted one thing, for Eren Yeager to know who I was!
No, that's not all. We wanted Eren's founding titan to crush Marley into dust. And it worked. Eren stood up for his principles and brutalized Marley. Actually, he went even further. Eren answered our prayers for retribution with a divine fury that we had never dared to dream of. And the fact that he was capable of such an achievement is proof that he carries the founding titan. Commander Pixis, do you understand what's unfolding right now? Two brothers will reshape our whole world.
This chick,
I just want to have a
In the
decent
mask.
view of the action.
she look a little crazy right now. A little cray-cray.
Eren was to slake your curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose that's right. I'm sure that you must see my deception as a betrayal. And it's true that my actions were reckless. But it's also true that I was acting in Eldia's best interest.
Yeah, but you can't make the decision unilaterally.
Towards that end, you'll need to recount everything that you and Eren talked about. But first, a word of advice about telling a lie. You need to mix in at least a pinch of the truth.
We
We spent 3 years sweating beside you to build the railway and trade systems that this island needed.
Mm.
Your people are prospering because of us. We gave Eldia everything we had, Hanji.
When we first opened our railway 10 months ago, I didn't see this coming.
We swore to help fight for Eldia's future. We meant every word. Hanji, what's the matter with you?
So she having a nervous breakdown.
Eleanor went behind the military's back and met with Eren in secret?
Can you give me your word that she didn't tell you?
She never so much as dropped a hint.
She's so funny. I'm like, why is she freaking out right now?
Your surprise seems to be completely sincere. To me, at any rate. You aren't saying that you can't believe she would do it. And based off that, I think you must know that it's in character for her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't exactly know.
We may have approached it backwards, but Yelena has given us a reason to detain the volunteers. Now, I need you to tell me everything you do know about her.
Yeah, she's just trying to work the angle, trying to see why
People were doubtful and wary, so things didn't go so well at first.
they do. If they gave too much trust and then it backfiring on them, they don't want that situation.
Any Marleyan who doubted us met with an untimely death.
Hmm.
Even when there were friends who ate and slept beside us. We overcame those losses by telling ourselves it was for the sake of the homelands Marley stole from us.
Yelena's always argued for Marleyan rights here. You make it sound like Yelena used to be merciless to Marleyans. Why would that change? Right. Please come with me, Onyan Capone.
She's trying to figure out the angle here, and that's,
Yeah.
I mean, because someone show up and try to give you all these things and tell you they're there to help you doesn't mean they're there to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out that angle.
Why not, sir?
Because we've just confirmed that Eren communicated with the volunteers in secret. This is likely what incited him to attack Marley. We're currently in the midst of an investigation to see what all was said and who all was involved in this meeting. Eren has maintained his silence ever since these facts were brought to light.
Mm.
Furthermore, we're still completely in the dark about what he did during his time alone in Marley. I'm sorry to say that we believe that Eren is being manipulated by Zeke. I wouldn't have shared these secrets with you if you were anyone else. But you keep them to yourselves.
You really think that Eren would...
So what now? What will you do with him?
I mean, Eren is still their hope.
Is that...
Torture
it's
chamber?
nothing. There was nowhere else to store the thing, so I had some recruits bring it up.
Casual.
If he refuses to talk to you, that's all the more reason to send us in.
But I think he's different.
Nah, Eren, he ain't in his head.
The situation is too delicate right now.
Eren ain't gonna tell y'all nothing.
You're right that there'd be no harm in letting us talk to him. So why would he forbid it?
If I had to venture a guess, it would be that the military has already decided he's a lost cause.
Armin, you smart, man. You know how to put two and two together.
If I'm right about that, then they're probably looking at candidates to replace him with.
I'll listen through the door.
Hold on, Mikasa, you can't!
It's fine. They're not gonna catch me.
You don't know that, and we can't afford to take the risk!
She's like, listen, my allegiance is to Eren first.
What?
Oh, who was that?
Was that the guy? No.
What?
Oh no!
What?
Hey, are you two all right? Hitch, what was that? The Premier's office just exploded. Has anyone seen him?
Our anger's finally reached them! The time has come for us to fight!
What?
Right beside you!
But those were soldiers, though.
No, no, no. No, I think.
One of them brought a bomb in.
Delivered the chair must have planted a bomb in it.
Oh, it's a
In addition
chair.
to the Premier himself, the explosion killed 3 soldiers.
All but one of the volunteers have been on house arrest. And Onyan Capone here was with me all day.
Premier Zachary said that a group of recruits brought the chair to his office. We happened to notice a group of recruits leaving HQ in a rush, and those recruits were scouts.
But
You don't think
Urgent news! Eren Yeager escaped! He broke out of his underground cell!
What's going on right now?
exactly.
Zeke is playing him like a puppet. And I don't know it's for their good. I do not think it's for their good at all.
You see all those volunteers. There, you see them? Recognize them?
Yeah. They're all ready.
Because they were supposed to be detained.
In addition to our comrades here, we have many who are still within the military. Such as the soldiers who killed Dallas Zachary.
Can't send that kid.
Me neither.
No one can save the Eldian Empire. No one but you, Eren Yeager.
Eren is ripped, okay?
If we can just talk to him, then he'll understand.
Mikasa gonna have to put him down.
Go find out where they're keeping Zeke.
The new Eldian Empire. You saw that?
Mm-hmm.
It's apparent that they planned for this mass desertion to match the timing of Eren's escape. I have no doubt that they perpetrated the Premier's murder. This group needs a name.
Hands are bloody.
Refer to these anti-military insurgents as the Jaegerists.
Now my name becomes a cuss word.
I mean, they're zealots.
And in the long term, they intend to reform the military with Eren at its head. They demonstrated their resolve by way of assassinating our premier.
And he got the people's trust too.
They must have learned
He
about
got
the
their
military's
approval.
plan to transfer the founder, even though you kept it secret from us scouts.
Only because we knew exactly what would happen if we did tell you.
It still happened without them
Right.
knowing.
I'm willing to accept any punishment, but I won't resign from my post. That would be the height of irresponsibility.
Good job, Hanji.
Facts.
These Jaegerists could have members hiding anywhere in any branch.
That's quite true. Perhaps one of you will turn out to be a suicide bomber.
Please, don't be ridiculous, Rogue.
Yeah, it's stupid. Nah, I think you are.
Until the scouts prove themselves, they must be contained.
That's enough. Remember that we have a guest here. And even if that weren't the case, this is no time to be bickering amongst ourselves.
Facts. I'm like, y'all sitting and having a conversation right here?
Captain Levi is guarding him with an escort of 30 soldiers.
Levi.
Oh. Levi ain't gonna let nobody touch him.
We know what Eren wants. He'll seek out Zeke first, and Historia if that fails. So we must keep both of them out of his reach at all costs.
What kind of strategy do you think we should adopt right now?
It seems to me they've got us beat, so I was thinking we'd surrender. It's the decisions we made as leaders that caused these soldiers to desert us. That's what brought about our defeat. I knew Zachary for many years. To live and die by revolution is something that I think he would have wanted. We'll use Zeke's location to negotiate with Eren and trust him to accept that he has other enemies. We will not bring up the subject of how our leader was murdered. We'll look past it.
We sincerely hope for a swift end to this turmoil and for Eldia's victory. Lady Mikasa, please, if things take a turn for the worse, don't hesitate to make for our ship.
I see myself as an Eldian. I want to fight for the future of the place where I was born and raised.
You're the entire reason we crossed the sea to come to this place.
You came for our resources.
Yeah. It's like, what do you mean?
We stay open to trade. You don't care who leads this nation. You just need the rumbling to succeed.
That's true. We haven't lost our pride as a clan any more than your mother had. No matter what becomes of this land, we truly wish to protect you.
We're working with Eren?
You got an army?
I'm still not sure whose side you're on.
Armin and I were there when the bomb went off. We almost got killed. That answer your question?
Enough.
What do you think of his plan?
That's the OG crew.
Zeke and Yelena knew that they would never be free of suspicion, so they came up with an insurance plan. Our best bet is to assume that they have more contingencies in place before he makes even bigger fools of us than he has.
Do you have any leads in mind?
I noticed that Yelena secured work for Marleyan prisoners in a lot of strange places. One good example would be restaurants.
Y'all ready for some fancy dining? Yeah!
Somebody, yeah. What was that?
Rushing off somewhere.
Oh! Shoot, they did.
Pete, how'd she get over there?
They got that quick! Wow! They got that quick.
Wow. Oh, just wait till she recognizes. Will she see you, Lena? She'll recognize you, Lena.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shoot. I'm wondering if does. Okay. here's my thought on this.
Mm-hmm.
The Zeke, according to Reiner, Zeke would expect him to wait 6 months to show up. But does he really expect him to wait 6 months to show up?
I would think that he's probably like, you know how people have a plan A and a plan B?
Right.
I think he's probably like plan A, knowing them, knowing how the military moves, they're most likely to go with this plan. But if they were like intuitive, or if they had really good discernment, then they might try to do X, Y, and Z. So I'm sure, like, it doesn't seem to me like Zeke's the kind of guy to be like, they show up and be like, oh, it never dawned on me that you guys might try to fix this right away. Yeah, but he probably has it as a good, that's probably their backup
He's probably
plan.
betting on them to send the rest of them.
Betting on them not?
No, on them coming. And I'm thinking, like, but what would be his angle? Like, I don't think Zeke likes the Marlins. I don't think he likes the Marlins. I think he understands that he's been imprisoned and treated at a certain way, and I think he do have intentions to free the Eldians. But I don't think he has good intentions as well.
I don't think that he necessarily cares about Marlians or about, like, I don't think he cares about Marlians or about the people on Paradis. I think he cares about, in general, an Eldian Empire future.
Yeah.
And so I think he's like, Marleyan politics, what? Who cares? Like, Paradis politics, who cares? As long as I can get things teed up so that Eldians thrive in a, Eldian-dominated empire.
Mm-hmm.
But, the other thing that I'm really curious about, I would love to hear the inner workings of his mind, because when he was a kid, he's the one who turned in his parents.
Right.
And so now for him to go against Marley, I'm just curious, like, what's been the evolution of his thoughts.
True. I forgot he turned in his parents.
Yeah. And then, like, to the point about what are his true intentions?
See, I think his true intentions is, again, I think he does want Eldians to be free, but I think he also want, like, some kind of, I don't even say justice, but I think he does. He wants destruction.
But I'm curious, like, what
he only got 1 year left.
Okay, that's the thing, right? That's the thing.
He want to use his time that he has to go crazy.
What shape can, like,
retribution?
Like, yeah, like what?
He want retribution.
Because then, like, if he only has a year left, his brother only has a certain number of years left. So, like, when you're trying to build an empire and you're trying to, like, see a vision, like, years into the future, like, I don't know, it's different when you're, like, I don't know how to describe it, but when you, when you, like, name a successor and you can kind of train them up for a while and you expect that they're going to have a certain lifespan or whatever, you can kind of build that up. It is kind of an interesting concept to, like, have people with all this power, but really what's short, what they don't have much on their hands is time. Like, you have all this power for a very limited season.
Time
and then that's it. And if you don't transfer that power deliberately, you have no control over where the power goes once you die. So I'm just curious, like, to your point, if he's like, bump this, forget Marley, forget the people on Paradis, I just want Eldians to be free, and you take some, like, rash decision to try to make that happen, like, how can you guarantee the shape of your vision? How can you guarantee that the rewards is going to be greater than the risk?
Right. Right.
And how can you trust that the people that are there after you have enough power for enough time to continue that vision?
Right. I mean, obviously, Eren's manipulated. He's being played like a puppet. And he's totally fine with people being killed, like the commander being killed Like, he had to know that that was going to happen. And then at that point, because that was where he got his freedom, which means someone must have at least told him, you know, someone is in the inside feeding him information. You know, basically going to the cell and say, hey, okay, listen, this is when you're going to go to the commander and blow everything up. This is where you need to get your freedom. So.
Well, he did say that they had people that had
And how did he escape? Did he turn? It didn't seem like he turned.
No, I think it did. You didn't see the stuff coming out of his eyes?
Oh, yeah, true. Okay, yeah. True. Yeah.
Because he broke out of his cell.
So he broke out of his cell, so he did turn.
I think he used the chaos of the bombing as cover.
And again, but he had to be fed information from the outside. Someone fed him information. So obviously someone's in the inside. That one guy is, of course, you know, calling out Hanji is like, you might be. I was like, you know, as soon as someone do that, you immediately now, you're on my list. You're on my short list, right? So yeah.
So I'm so curious because you brought up a good point about, like, you said about you thinking Eren's being played by a puppet, like a puppet, or manipulated like a puppet. But I'm conflicted on that because I feel like he's always had zeal.
Yeah, I mean,
it hasn't necessarily been tied to like a significant ideology more than he just wanted justice. People that hurt him to pay. He wanted justice. And so, and I think it's just justice by any means necessary.
So I'm not saying that Eren's not acting in his own will. I'm just saying that Eren has a viewpoint. He has a viewpoint, and his viewpoint is retribution. He wants to destroy the Marleyans for what they did to him. And he's basically Zeke is coming and say, hey, you want retribution? Let me help you get you there. But he's also playing because he knows what he wants.
He's using his desire for revenge as an opportunity to accomplish his own mission.
Right, exactly. And so, obviously, they know they're brothers, so they're gonna have some sense of like union on that. I mean, I think maybe there might be a point where Eren and Zeke deviates as far as like what they want.
I want to see them interact like one-on-one.
Right.
Because I feel like
what are they gonna do with Hysteria? They literally need to Historia. What they need to use her.
She's pregnant right now.
Right. And she was trying to be smart. She got herself pregnant.
That's what we think. She was trying
I think she knew what she was doing. She got herself pregnant specifically to protect herself from being.
So she wouldn't be a pawn.
Right.
Do you think Eren told her to do that?
Because they wanted to kill her. Is what I think they were trying to do.
I think they
wanted,
or
at least use her because of her royal blood. And now that
didn't they want her to eat Eren? Was that it? Or something?
I think they were.
What's the point of eating her? Nothing.
I don't think there's no point of eating her because they need her blood. But
if
either way,
eats an intelligent Titan, she becomes a.
Either way, it's going to be she was going to be a puppet. Okay. Period. And
yeah.
I mean, obviously, the only people I trust.
If she inherits the founding Titan, doesn't she also end up having the will of the king, and she won't want to do anything?
Yeah. That's exactly what will happen.
So should she get somebody else's Titan instead?
I mean,
like, what if she got Annie's Titan? Man, Annie has literally been in that hard rock case for like 3 seasons.
I am curious what she is going to do.
Yeah, because I feel like all she wanted to do was go home to her dad.
Yeah. I'm curious what she's going to do to get out of that cage. Really. She's gonna when she comes out, she's gonna realize there's some betrayal. Zeke is siding with the PRD, and her hometown has been obliterated. Right. So that's going to make her frustrated, pissed off, angry. She's going to see that there's people now showed up there that's also Titans. So, I mean, I'm just curious on what they're going to do, what she's going to do. There was one last thing I'm going to say. I was saying it's like there's only 5 people I trust, which is, what's his name, Gene? Jean, Hanji, Mikasa, Armin, and Connie. And Connie's been my road dog since first season.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the OG. I feel like they're the people that have gone through the hardship, and even with their eyes having been opened to like both sides of the war, I feel like they're
surprised. I'm surprised
they're not
like,
trying to use innocent people as pawns.
Right. I'm surprised no one have had like, hey, Armin, you know, given the situation that we're in right now, what are your thoughts on this? Because using Armin is like spitting out data. He's strategizing. He's explaining, you know, why someone would do this. Chess pieces.
And I mean, it could be that like so far it's
this whole season he has not
of an information gathering exercise. Like I feel like sometimes you can't execute the best strategy until you have enough information.
But Hanji's not even asking her team. Only person she asked was the other guy. Who was part of the volunteers. On Capone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why was that so hard to say? On Capone.
Like she's not asking like, hey, you know, let's put our heads together and kind of figure out why would these things be like. To what Armin said, like the only thing Armin said is like, hey, the reason why they probably not even going to allow us to talk to him because they already ruined him out.
Yeah,
like he's damaged goods. Right. And so
I think in part to your question, I think it's because I think Hanji is a good strategist. I think right now the issue is knowing who to trust and trying to minimize confidential information being linked because they know that they have like enemies among them.
Right.
Before, I think all those questions would have asked because I think before like it might have gone that route, but that's before I think. Oh, excuse me. That's before I think they were aware of, you know, how many different like ideologies were at play.
Right.
So
I'm giving this episode. What are you gonna give it?
Yeah. Okay. Oh. 7.975.
I'm gonna give this episode a 7.5.
Same rating.
Same.
Okay.
I felt like it was pretty.
I
Good.
give it a slight bump. Just a 0.025 basis points.
What score would you give it? What would you grade this episode? Comment below, let us know. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you can be able to get more of the latest videos that we post here. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and also don't forget to become a member of our Patreon. You can see the complete reaction to this video and many others like it right there on our Patreon.
Until next time.
Bye.